I think if he wanted to be in exile, he could, but he's genuinely...
He could easily make a deal. Like, he would, if from a political perspective, I'm sure they have certain demands. You know, the easiest one is, and this is me speaking, obviously my own opinion, but him speaking in support of the military, for example, or of the opposing political party. Just one example of many of things he could do to gain back his full freedom. But I think his defiance is the reason he's in jail. And do you still, I know you said in Castle the same question to you after Suleiman, but do you still try to convince him to get out of politics, or you've kind of given up on that?
No, I mean, I personally would never, I wouldn't even want to say that to him, because imagine you're his son and all he speaks to. So when we spend time with him, you know, a lot of the time we'll be kind of whatever, you know, when we were younger, we were playing cricket with him. Now, you know, watching films, whatever it is, half of the time he's spent lecturing us on rule of law, justice in Pakistan, how, you know, the reasons why he got into politics. You know, we know them so well, and it would be just to go against everything he preaches about, to suddenly just say, okay, I'm going to give up and I'm going to live an easy life. You know, it's just, it's not in his nature. He has a single-minded obsession to try and help the people of Pakistan, and it's in such turmoil right now, Pakistan. He's dedicated to it, and he's not going to give up.
When he was offered the opportunity to go into house arrest to get out of jail, is his decision always made, or did he ever ask you, do you think I should accept the deal? Did he ever seek that advice from you guys, or do you know if he's actually asked anyone else in your family about this?
I don't think he would ever. I just don't see him taking a deal like that, you know, to save his skin. He's a very principled person, as I said. He's comfortable there as long as his mission is being fulfilled, and I don't think he'll just take a deal while other people are sitting in cells on his behalf, his supporters, I don't see him, you know, running off to his house where he's in pseudo prison.
On a sort of more positive note, I think he genuinely feels that he's, in the last almost 2 years, he's learnt more strategically. He's really developed a good kind of roadmap for what he wants in the future. He's always optimistic, but he sees it as a very good learning experience, despite obviously how difficult it is.
I was going to say, he's always been a big reader, but now he's had so much time to read about historical figures, leaders of the past, and also about, you know, faith. And he believes that he's grown more in these past 2 years than he has in the previous 20. And he said those words exactly, as well as how much he's grown mentally, and he says spiritually as well. He would hate me saying it, but he's he's a man in his 70s, and he may be physically younger than that, and you know, he may be physically very strong, but when you look at the facts, he's in his 70s and he's being kept in a tiny cell, and occasionally, you know, the lights are completely turned off, no electricity at points, no access to a doctor, and he's been shot recently 3 times. You know, it's completely inhumane.